Hey y'all, although college parties shouldn't be happening now, here's a trick you can practice at home with a red solo cup you might have in surplus and a balled up paper towel. Because if you and your friends are really out there, you just might be able to believe that you can take a ball, vanish it into thin air, and somehow pluck it right out, put it invisibly onto the table, where it really does reappear from underneath a cup. Now for something simpler, let's put the ball in my pocket and we'll try to guess if I've managed to slip the ball into your drink or underneath the cup, or if it actually stays in my pocket. You ready? Alright, let's get things started. Because we take the ball, put it into my pocket. Now some people believe I just pretend to put it in my pocket, in which case it's really there, it's not underneath the cup. Or some people think that somehow I've stuck it underneath the cup, in which case maybe I have. Let's do that again, where we'll take the ball, place it into my pocket, and see the ball really does reappear from underneath the cup. After a couple of rounds of guessing, I think people are tired of this, and let's just put the ball back into my pocket and go for a round of drinks instead. After all, that's what people are at a party for. Though nowadays, the only type of alcohol you should be sharing with other people is that from a bottle of hand sanitizer together, preferably at a distance too. I really like performing with a full deck of playing cards, but sometimes it can get a little bulky. Luckily, I found out the US playing card company makes these little envelopes with card boxes inside. All you have to do is just print the box, and afterwards you need to fold it up into the shape of a card box. And that's how you can easily carry around a brand new deck of 52 playing cards, just like that. Now some magicians like a different approach. Instead of carrying around the envelope and the card box and all that, they just take a couple of cards of their choice. Let's say, right here, I'll show you with the Jack, Queen, and King of Spades, right? But something can go a little wrong. See, if we take these three court cards right here, give them a little twist, something funny happens. Let me show you. Jack somehow turns over. And I don't really like that because the cards are all mixed up. One more twist, and maybe it's not the Jack that turns over, but instead, it's the King. That's really odd. Luckily, we could exploit this property too. Give it one more twist, and somehow, the King turns back over again. Now maybe it's not the King, but instead we have Jack, King, and that's the Queen. That's the one that's turning over. Let me get to the bottom of this. Let me turn it over the regular way, nothing magical or anything, and see what happens. Now we have a group of completely blank playing cards. How am I ever going to perform with that? That's kind of why I like a full deck a lot more. This week I became so bored when my power went out that I started playing around with these little rubber bands. Not much else you could feel in the dark. And it turns out, with enough willpower, you're able to get one strand to pass right through the other, like that. And for a top strand, I think something a little more rapid is right in order. Do you know the easiest way to fix up a scrambled Rubik's Cube without actually knowing how to solve one? It's to take the stickers and replace them, of course. At least, that's how I did it when I was little. I loved scrambling up the cube. I could never figure out how to solve one. I was so embarrassed about that, though, that I would place the cube into a paper bag where I would do my dirty work of placing the stickers, and then afterwards, I would reach out and then replace it with a completely solved cube once again. Of course, I would never tell people how I actually managed to do it. Nowadays, with the help of a little bit of magic, you can make things look a little bit more different. Let me show you what I mean. Because we could take a cube, and I want you to imagine the layers being slowly painted over with the correct stickers, one by one, until you get what really does look like a completely solved Rubik's Cube. Though if someone else were to hand me their cube, I think I might do things a little bit differently. Because every time I paint over the stickers or even replace them inside the bag that quickly, there's a little bit of wear and tear involved. Instead, I might do something that looks a little bit like this, where we could take a cube, right, and just slowly give it a toss in the air. And that's how you end up with a completely solved cube on all 6 sides. Today we'll be doing something, once again, with a deck of cards. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more interactive this time, because we are, well, going live. So we'll start with a couple of cards, and I'll show you something with a little observation test. We'll pick out a couple of my favorite cards first. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just to introduce you to what the different suits are like in a deck of cards. Here, so we have our 4 cards, and we'll just take the deck and just put it on the table for now. So we do have, 4 cards. This might not be David Blaine, but we'll see. So, I'll just show you these 4 cards, and can you guys all just remember them? Alright, first question is, how many cards do we have? Do we have anyone in chat? If not, well, it's pretty simple. There's 4 cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the second question is, do you remember the values of the non-royal cards? We had some royal cards, we had some number cards. Do you remember what the number cards were? Well, wow. I don't think that's quite it, but, they're 10s. We have the 10 of clubs, and also we have some red 10s, too. We'll place the 10s on the table. We also have some red 10s. We have the 10 of hearts. Now, we also had some royal cards before. Do you remember what the royal cards were? Alright, nothing in chat, but these are the jacks. We have the jack of diamonds and jack of spades. Now, the thing is, sometimes these cards really do try to mess with you, and they make you fail that sort of observation test. Because, you see, if we take these cards, and we just give them a little flip, that's all it takes for them to transform back again to the 10s. And the cards on the table, once again, are the jacks. Now that's it for a little observation test and introduction to the different suits of the playing cards. Now I'm going to have someone here just help me out with a little prediction effect. I'll bring out my friend Ajay. While we're waiting for him, let me just bring out what I'm going to use for this next effect. We're going to bring out a sticky notepad right here. We're going to sit down so we get some nice views. Hey Ajay, how's it going?
Hey, good. Yeah.
Alright. So we're going to do a little prediction effect, and you have a deck of cards on you, right?
Yep, I do.
Alright, great. So I'm going to write down my prediction for something that we're going to do. So first, can you show your deck to the audience and just give it a quick shuffle? Alright, great. Now, I'll give my deck a quick shuffle too, just so we're on the same page, it's a little bit more fair. Alright? So,
Alright.
Yeah. Give the deck a shuffle together. You got yours? Okay. Fantastic. Now, can you just show the first card on top of the deck after you've shuffled?
Alright.
Is that a 10? I can't quite see.
Yeah, it's a 10 of clovers.
Okay. Do you want to take another card? Because I'll count down the number of cards that you flipped up to, right? So if you want, you could flip one more card. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll flip another card.
Okay. What's the next one? It's an ace. Alright, so that's 10 plus 1. That's 11. Do you want to flip one more? It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Alright, one more. Okay. This is going to be the last one.
Alright.
Alright, that's a 7. So then that's 11, so that's 18. Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, so you flipped it randomly. We'll count down 18 cards, alright? We'll do it slowly so you can see. Alright, that's 1,
Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, you could have stopped at any card. It was an entirely random process, but you'd ended up choosing 18. Alright, so we'll stick with that, and we'll put my prediction right here, and we'll put the deck right here. Because if we stopped at any other card, it would be one off, right? And it's entirely up to you. But, that's a little bit too boring, me doing all this prediction when, why don't I share some of my powers sometimes, right? So, if you had to choose a card, what would you say was the most powerful card in the deck?
Ace of spades.
Yes, that's right, the Ace of Spades. So I'll write that down on my next prediction. Well, it's not a secret prediction this time. Everyone will know what it is here. So I'll just draw that out on a paper, on the sticky note. Well, my spade looks pretty bad, but see, this is the sort of the Ace of Spades, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe we'll draw it a little bit better here. We'll cross that off. I'll draw a marginal improvement here, the Ace of Spades. All right. So we're going to try to see if we can find the most powerful card in the deck. Okay, I'm going to deal these cards out one at a time, and whenever you want, you just tell me when you want to stop, okay? So I'll deal these out nice and slowly. I won't even hold them, so there's no trickery. Whenever you feel like your card that's coming up is going to be the Ace of Spades, just let me know.
Stop.
Right here? I know there's a little bit of lag with the internet, because we could go one more card, or we could take one back.
No, right there.
Right there. Okay, you sure? I'll give you 5 seconds to change your mind, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4,
No, I'm sure.
5. You're sure? Okay. Alright then. So we'll place the deck right here. And now we could have stopped at any part. So we'll take out the first card right here, which is going to be the card that I predicted. And you shuffled the deck randomly, stopped at any number, right? And my prediction was the 8 of hearts. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it just so happens that somehow it really did happen to be the 8 of hearts.
Wow.
Well,
What? Okay.
that would have been
All
great,
right.
but you're expecting that to happen. I'm a magician. I word cards,
Yeah.
right? But you see, for this
Okay.
card, this is the one you stopped at. You wanted to find the Ace of Spades, right? The most powerful card of the deck in the deck, according to you, right? You could have named any card,
All right.
but we stopped at this card right here with the Ace of Spades. And wow,
Yeah.
I think you might be a magician yourself too, Ajay, because this card right here is the Ace of Spades.
Yo. Okay. What? All right.
Now, the thing is, the good thing is, we landed at those specific cards. Because if not, we would have
Right.
completely missed the mark. You see, sometimes these cards try to find themselves so that we can find the cards we're looking for. Because you see, for the rest of the deck, all these cards are completely blank. So we really did hit the right cards in the deck. Thanks for the help
What?
again.
That's crazy. All right.
Alright, and thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you next week.